Hello, David. This is the thank you video letter from me for my first attendance for the what yesterday's meeting. I really appreciated you for answering me for my questions and worrying about me maybe. And I was I just after I wrote you a small reply this morning, I watched your video on your book, which told me a lot about your initiation with cybermetrics. Maybe you expected them curing your psychiatric disorder. I say this because I was diagnosed schizophrenia for 20 years by now and till now. And my stuff is that was um, my stuff was I was unibombed in 1995 after I had received Kundalini in Northern California, 669 Oakland Avenue, apartment 3C, Oakland, California, USA, which you are from. And I spent a year after February 26th, 1990, of that Kundalini happened to me. And later, after, no, around that time, at the same time as you wrote that book and published the video, January 2022, I received that was upon the bed on Elizabeth II in Edinburgh in your country, Nancy Reagan. And at that time, Pam was Navratilova. And Jack, I'm sorry, David Williams was Billy Joel at the time. But I know I later, after January 2022, but the war has been progressed. I know I was sought by Arcturus in Japanese name. In Japan's later, Japan was merged by South Korea. There was no problem with me. And people wanted to come to Sendai because of the thing I told at I hope the video was shared. The video of Michelle Marie's meeting was shared with you because I told Michelle Marie that I received Jesus on the car alongside the Sendai airport around the time around the time I was baptized at Japan Holiness Church, trying to get out of the trap of happy science of the stupid guru Ruho Okawa, who was the fourth grade class teacher. Can you believe? Can you believe that? I almost it most almost made me laugh when Okawa was the Kono Yasushi, the class teacher. That's that shock impact was bigger than the thing I omitted the objective after can you believe? And that around that since then, Noam Chomsky got back off at the U.S. military court. That's what I was trusting upon, and someone started to change. Someone started to receive the deal with the U.S. people, U.S. and Russian, like Medvedev people, to exchange the custody of the casualty by me, my language of language and of what was that the multilingual or polyglot was because of Linda Barbara Bush. Isn't she Barbara Bush? She told me speaking in tongue, but it was too shocking for me to accept their religion, and there was many other things like people temple case in Guyana in 1985. It was after 7 years, just 7 years after is short. I know now. I know that now. Don't worry. I worry about you. Don't worry. Don't worry. So I want to add the last thing I want to add. I'm not friend with Maki Osada. I'm not. I am not. She's beaming me every night. It's so my face gets like that with synode, with the teeth loaded with interceptor, and I decided I go with you, David. Jack Nicholson-san. Maybe you attended Kokyo Imperial Family, Imperial Palace Reikai before? I've never attended, but I know there was such a thing to study about some astrological mystical stuff. And maybe you saw my father in there, Takashi Miki. And I know there was Nagisa Oshima and Shina Makoto of your wife, Charlie McLean, Marie publisher in Japan. I've 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 asked him in 2002, and he rejected me. I didn't tell my father, and I took Shirley MacLaine's class later on. I think so. And there was some money coming out and in and coming out. I don't mind. I mind about Pam. She's she's trying to brainwash me now with the yogi and some cyber visions. But that and Billy Joel, I finally got that down, and that got it with the what Matrix, your software prerogative stuff. I still have your customer's ID, so I attended on your group based on that, and I I go with you. I go with you and Shirley MacLaine and maybe Vida of the Isabella's daughter. And I saw today. I went to settle down. I went to a place of the what would you say, the telecommunication AU of, do you know Jimmy Otake? Shu Jimmy Otake Shu of the Buffalo founder, and the H. Yazawa of Realtek of the sound. And I wanted to one more thing. I'm little bit worried about myself, is that it makes you relief, but I worry about my voice, tone up and down, and there was the break. Is that by what you consider bipolar? Or that's the visionaries and psychic sense? I worry about people, and of course I worry about me. I've done all that, please. And what I was saying is, international service provider. I'm doing all the deals by myself, not getting help from my mom. Please don't lend hands to the kangaisha. Do you know higaisha? Higaisha is victim, but kangaisha is offender. Don't lend hands. Please do not lend hands to offenders. Thank you. Offenders. To offenders. I'm going to take this to post your YouTube. Trying to. If I cannot, I would think a other way. See you.